Ready.
Good morning, Munisbek. So I'm very happy that you have come up and you want to learn about IELTS and of course improve your English language skills. The first thing I'm going to do with you is I'll explain what IELTS test is. I'll give you some examples and then I'll give you some questions and let's see how you do it. And then I'll also give you my feedback. All right. How many parts or sections are there in IELTS speaking test? Can you tell me?
In our test, I think three parts of speaking. There are part one and part two and part three. In part one, I
Yes,
shouldn't
perfect. So
answer.
there are three parts, part one, part two, and part three, right?
Yeah,
And in short, I can tell you there are three segments or three sections of the test. Part one, part two, and part three. Today I'm going to tell you I'm going to only talk about part one. Let's leave part two and part three for the time being. We'll talk about part one. And once you are comfortable, totally comfortable with part one, we'll discuss part two and part three. All right? So in today's session, we'll only talk about part one. Part one is just like an informal talk in a coffee shop. Imagine you are sitting with one of your best friends and you're talking about something that you already know, maybe about your school, maybe about your hometown, maybe about shoes. It could be about a food you like. It could be about the weather in your country, something like that that you're already familiar. Got it? You'll get short questions, and you are expected to give short answers. But the only thing you should remember is your answers shouldn't be very short or very long. I'll give you an example. Imagine I ask you the question, do you like reading? Imagine the question is, do you like reading? And your answer shouldn't be, yeah, I like it. Now, that's very short. But you can't say, yes, I like reading because reading gives me a lot of happiness. When I was a child, I used to read a lot of books, and some of the books were really not something I really liked, but my parents wanted to really read all those books. And when I grew up, I started reading more books and I got really fascinated about reading, and I bought many books every day, and I read a lot. No, you can't speak so long. So, what are you
yeah,
supposed to do? You can give your answer uh, uh, in maybe two or three sentences. The best answer would be, do you like reading? Yes, I love reading because whenever I read, I feel like I have someone to talk to. I feel the book is my friend and I don't feel lonely when I read. Finished. It's not very short, it's not very long. Got it? So this is how you
yeah, I
answer
got.
questions in part one. Excellent. I'll give you another example. Imagine, do you like your school? Or is your school building beautiful? Imagine the question is your school building beautiful? Yes, my school building is beautiful because it has a garden and there are many flowers in the garden. We all love the school building and, of course, the environment in the school, on the school campus. Got it? So it's not very
Yeah,
short, it's not very long. Got it? So this is how you
yeah.
answer a part one question. If you understand, show me thumbs up.
Mm.
Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions and you will try answering them. And once you finish answering, I'll share my thoughts about your answers as well. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Great. Give me a big smile if you're ready. Good. Okay. So let's talk about your home.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
my
like
home.
do you like your home?
Exactly. I love my home because my home isn't very poor or very big. It's suitable for me, and I love my home because I lived in there while when I was born, and I think so.
Very good. Do you live with your parents or do you live with a bigger family?
I live with my family. My short family. I live with my mother, father, brother, and me.
Great.
It's all of us.
Do you think your house is comfortable to live?
Yeah, I think we have 4 rooms, 4 bedrooms. We have kitchen, bathroom, living room, 2 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, terrace. It's very comfortable for live, and we have a big garden, and it's luxury house.
What is the best thing about your home?
Best thing of my home is European design because we designed our home in 2020 and it was very beautiful. So I think the best beautiful thing is our decision.
Great. Now, here is my feedback for you. Number one, a big round of applause because you have answered all the questions exceptionally well. Your answers were not very short or very long. You have done an excellent job. Maybe the penultimate question, I think the question I asked before the last question, I think that was a little bit long, but still it was perfectly okay. Got it? So, first
Yeah.
impression, excellent. I appreciate it. And I could hardly find any grammatical mistakes when you spoke. Your answers mostly were well constructed. And I also felt like you were having a kind of real-time conversation with a friend or someone close to you. So it was more like a conversation. Altogether, I really liked it. Now, when are you going to meet me again, online or physically? When are we going to have more practice? Tell me.
Can I and can I ask me a question again?
Please, please do. Do you want me to ask you more questions?
Yeah. Want to
Sure,
ask question?
sure.
Mm,
Let's talk about weather.
weather? Mm,
What kind of weather do you like?
my favorite weather is rainy and windy because I like cool weather. Hot weather is angry me, and I don't love way hot because when you're hot, it's very uncomfortable.
Does it snow in your country?
Yeah, it's now in all of the winter.
Mhm,
My country snow is very not very white and
mhm.
but it's very cold. Yeah.
Can snow be dangerous?
No, it's not so dangerous because our snow isn't, it's really to snow in our country,
Mhm.
but in winter in our country it's very cold.
Did you play in the snow when you were a child, a very small
Yeah,
child?
I played now too. It's very interesting. Making a snowballs. Mm, and it's so interesting and yeah.
Would you prefer to live in a country where it is very cold or where it is very hot?
I don't prefer either because I love normal temperature. It's not, it's very cold. Is can you flu or another dangerously problems with your health? If it's very hot, it's not comfortable for you. I
Now
prefer normal.
let's go ahead and let's talk about food. What is the
Okay.
most popular food in your country?
It's plow.
Mhm,
In my country, it's traditional and very popular food is pelo. Every day, most of the people um, who works eat plow in their job or in the streets. in 20 o'clock in afternoon, people making a plow and eats every day.
Do you think youngsters like more junk food or they also like palav?
No, young people don't like plow. They like junk foods too.
Mhm,
Most young people like fast foods
mhm.
because they are making fast, and I love fast foods too.
Are you allowed to eat fast food during school hours?
Yeah, it will be very cool because our school foods isn't so nice. They're trying to get nicer, but they doing a terrible foods in many times.
If you had the freedom to choose whatever food you liked, what would you choose on a working day on your school campus?
In our school, I will add more plow, samosas, fast foods, and I add lemonades too for drinking because our tea isn't so tasty. I hate them.
Thank you. Fantastic. Again, woohoo! Because I love your answers and you speak like a pro IELTS speaker. Excellent. I would say you are doing a great job, and I see a bright
Yeah.
future in you as a speaker. The best thing about you is most of your languages, most part of your language is error-free. I don't find any serious problems grammatically or even with the word choice. Everything is looking in place and excellent, I would say. The only thing you need to do is you have to practice further. In fact, you should practice every day. Make sure you listen to something you like. Okay, listening is very important. So listen to TV programs or anything you like, but remember, listen to English language speakers. Got it? And it can be about anything. I would not recommend anything particular. Whatever you like, listen. And of course, number two, spend some time reading some good books or reading some magazines or anything in English, because reading and listening will definitely help you take your language to the next level. Okay, so that's my piece of advice for you before we close this meeting. And I'd say many of the people who watch this video will be very much interested with your speaking skills, especially considering the fact that you're taking an IELTS Part 1 test for the first time and you are just in grade 7. Bright future ahead, mashallah. See you back next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye.